Hare Krishna. So in the previous Śloka, Krishna was indirectly glorifying bhakti by saying that how by various other processes we cannot access Krishna. And now, in Śloka number 54, he is going to emphasize on what is that process by which we can access Krishna. By what is that process by which we can get Sakshat Darshan of Krishna. So here it is given. Bhaktya tvanananyaya shakya Bhaktya tvananyaya shakya Aham evam vidorjuna Jnatum drashtum cha tatvena Praveshtum cha parantapa. So here Krishna is saying, O Arjuna, O Parantapa, Bhaktya tu ananyaya shakya. So after telling that not by Vedic studies, not by any austerity, penance, charity, worship, now he says, but shakya, it is possible. It is possible by ananyaya bhaktya. It is possible by undivided devotional service. One-pointed devotional service. What is possible? Here he says, Aham evam vidaha jnatum drashtum cha tatvena. I can be understood as I am, standing before you, and thus can be seen directly. So, by Ananya Bhaktya, one can understand Krishna and get his Sakshat Darshan. And then finally he says, Praveshtum cha. In this way, by doing Ananya Bhaktya, what happens? One can enter, Praveshtum, enter into what? The mysteries of my understanding, Krishna's understanding. So here Krishna has made a very, very emphatic point in the second last verse of this chapter where he is saying that only by devotional service, it is possible, Shakya, it is possible. It is possible to understand me, it is possible to get my Sakshat Darshan in this beautiful Shama Sundar form. So in the previous Śloka, Krishna was saying that na vedair, na tapasa, na danena, na cha ijjaya. So now let's try to understand how these activities, when they have the element of bhakti, how Krishna reveals. So how these activities can be converted into an activity of devotional service? Here Prabhupada is saying. The first thing is talking about that how when we study Vedic literatures, we cannot understand Krishna by our own speculation. Let's be very clear. We cannot sit with lots of books and go through all the books and try to speculate and try to understand Krishna. No, that's not possible. In Vedic scriptures, there are regulative principles also mentioned. And those regulative principles of devotional service should be imbibed in our day-to-day life. And what are the devotional regulative principles? Shravanam kirtanam Vishnu smaranam padasevanam archanam vandanam dasyam sakhyam atma nivedanam. So these are the 9 principles of devotional service. Starting with Shravanam. That is, we have to hear about Krishna. Kirtanam, we have to chant the holy names, chant the glories of the Lord. Vishnu Smaranam, we have to meditate on the Lord and His glories. Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam, we have to serve the Lord in various ways. Archanam, we have to worship the Lord. And so many other things are there. So we have to apply this in our day-to-day life. Many times what happens is, people just want to read Bhagavad Gita. That's it. But then what is Krishna telling? Who will apply that? So if we just read it like a novel, what will happen? It will remain a novel for us. We'll maybe feel good and then we'll say, oh, I have read Bhagavad Gita. See, reading Bhagavad Gita is not important. Obviously, it is important, but that is not the whole and soul. That is not all in all. But applying the principles of Bhagavad Gita actually brings in the transformation in the heart. So if we really want to see the magic of Bhagavad Gita, then we have to apply the principles of Bhagavad Gita in our day-to-day life. That is, we have to chant the holy names of the Lord. That is, we have to remember the Lord. So when we chant the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. By Lord's mercy, we'll be able to remember His threefold bending form. We'll be able to remember His wonderful pastimes. And then, the other thing that is mentioned in the 9 limbs of bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, and then Vishnu Smaranam, meditation, and then after that we have Pada Sevanam and Archanam. So we do some active practical service to Lord Krishna. So when we read the scriptures and do nothing, then we will not get any realization. So the element of bhakti is what? The element of bhakti in this is, when we read Shastra, we have to engage ourselves in devotional service as given by Krishna in the Vedic literatures. Then our reading or our study of Vedic scriptures becomes successful. It becomes an element of devotional service. Now after that, the next thing that was spoken was na tapasa, austerity. Now if we just do dry austerities without any devotional element, then it's a problematic stuff. But then when we fast on the days like Janmashtami, that is the appearance day of the Lord, so many people all around the world, they fast on that particular day of Janmashtami till night 12 o'clock, midnight. And after that, after doing the Maha-arati, then they have prasad. So that's an austerity, full day without water, a person is fasting. And 2 times in a month Ekadashi comes. Ekadashi is called as Hari Vasara. That is a day which is very dear to Krishna, a day which is exclusively meant to stay close to Krishna by practicing devotional service. So now these austerities of fasting on such days is not dry austerities. These austerities are full of rasa. Because on those particular days we stay close to Krishna by practicing devotional service. So these austerities will get us closer to Krishna. The other thing that is mentioned is na danena. Just by doing some charity it will not help. We need to give charity in the mood of devotion to the people who are practicing devotional service. The current day and age, the most important thing that has to be done is we have to spread this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Give the Mahamantra to as many people as possible. We have to preach these glories. So charity should be given to those people who are doing this particular activity of preaching. Preaching the message of Krishna, preaching the message of chanting the holy names of the Lord. Because that's what is going to save everyone in this world. So charity should be given to them. And when we give charity in the mood of devotion to the devotees who are preaching the message of the Lord, what happens? A charity on the material platform is now transformed into a spiritual platform. It becomes an element of devotional service now. So by doing charity, Krishna will be pleased. Charity in this particular way that is mentioned. And at last, in the previous shloka it said, Nacha ijjaya. Just by mere worship it will not happen. By mere exchange or mere business with the Lord will not work. Then what will work? Here it is given that if one worships as prescribed in the temple, that is a chance to progress by offering worship and respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there is a procedure. There is a procedure which is given by which a person, when he follows the procedure to worship the Lord, he gets closer to the Lord. And that procedure is done in a very selfless mode. So in this way we understand that all these 4 activities can be converted to devotional service if we understand properly what has to be done for the pleasure of the Lord, and in a selfless mood, unmotivated, uninterrupted mood. So in this way, when a person does these activities in the devotional service, yes, then we can say, yes, he is doing devotional service, so he will get Sakshat Darshan of the Lord, he will be able to understand the Lord. Very nicely here it is given, a very nice shloka from Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau tasyaite katitahi artha prakashante mahatmanah. One who has unflinching devotion for Supreme Lord and is directed by the spiritual master, in whom he has similar unflinching faith, can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead by revelation. One cannot understand Krishna by mental speculation, for one has to take personal training under guidance of bona fide spiritual master. It is possible. It is impossible to even begin to understand Krishna. So this is a very important point for sadhakas like all of us. See, to understand Krishna, we cannot do it by our own self. We need a spiritual master. A bona fide spiritual master who is connected to a bona fide sampradaya, one of the 4 sampradayas. So when we take training from him, since he is realized, since he has attained Krishna, since he takes darshan of Krishna, He knows how to guide and He will guide us properly. So under His guidance, following His instructions as it is, we have the probability or we have a great chance to attain the same level what the spiritual master is in. So in devotional service, this important point matters a lot, that are we practicing devotional service under the guidance of the spiritual master or not? If not, then we'll have tough time. We'll be doing something, some result will come, but we'll not be able to reach the ultimate destination. But when we are under the guidance of a spiritual master, then it is possible. He will train us. He will train us to do unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service. And that training is very, very important for all of us. That training will convert our selfish mood into selfless mood. Without that training, we'll always remain selfish. Always remain selfish. And here it is said, therefore, one should conclusively worship the personal form of Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has eternal bliss and knowledge. He is the source of all forms of Vishnu. He is the source of all forms of incarnation, and He is the original Supreme Personality as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. So everywhere, whichever bona fide scripture we take, it's very clearly mentioned that who is Supreme Personality of Godhead? It is Krishna. Be it Brahma Samhita or be it Bhagavad Gita itself, where Krishna is saying, Matta Parataram Nanyat. I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no one above me. Bhagavatam says, Asama Urdhva. There is no one equal to Krishna. There is no one greater than Krishna. Arjuna is saying, after hearing from Krishna, after realizing Krishna's position, Arjuna is saying, Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. Oh, you are the greatest. You are the Supreme. So in this way, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when we worship Krishna with an unmotivated, uninterrupted way, with proper mood of devotional service, under the guidance of the spiritual master, then yes, Krishna will reveal Himself to us by His own sweet will. And then we'll be able to understand Krishna, we'll be able to take Sakshat Darshan of Krishna. Till then it's not possible. Till then it's not possible. So in this way, Krishna has very wonderfully glorified devotional service. We can imagine, Krishna has spoken so many things till now, the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita.